So today I am going to do my ultimate favorite going out look. The look that I have is really good for people who wear glasses as well as people who don't, and it's also because I have slightly hooded eyes because I've worn glasses my entire life. It kind of brings out the eyes a lot better. So I'm also using all affordable products that you can either buy in pharmacies or Pennies, or those in the UK who call it Primark. So I really hope that you enjoy it and that you find it beneficial. I will be talking through my process as I go along, so I really hope you guys enjoy. So I'm going to be starting with my eyes, and I'm going to start with concealing them. So to conceal them, I have Catrice All Around Concealer, and this can be bought in Pennies or Cara Pharmacy for really affordable. It's definitely under €5 anyway. So I'm going to start off with a bit of primer. So literally just a tiny bit. This is Prime Magic by W7, which can be bought in Cara Pharmacy. So I'm just gonna put it inch because the coral will conceal the bluey color under the eyes. And just put a little bit on my lid because I have quite dark lids as well. So I have to cover up that so that whenever I do put shadow on my lids, it'll definitely give that, the color will be true and it won't be tainted by the color of my lids. So, and most of my brushes I have either gotten online for super cheap or in Pennies. So that way, you know, they're all affordable. So, okay, so with another concealer brush, I am going to put concealer that is close enough to my skin shade on top of the orange, or the coral, I should really call it. I'm just very slightly, just at the top here, gonna put the lighter concealer on. Because later on, I'm going to do the same thing, but like on the lower part of my eye after I put my foundation on. So I'm literally just putting it at the very top of my eye and blending it out. Or where my eyeshadow is, literally where my eyeshadow is gonna go, I'm putting it. So, and then just cover up here. Okay, and it looks fabulous, doesn't it? So I'm also just gonna do a little bit like under my eyebrows, just to kind of give them definition as well. Concealing around my eyebrows so that I can do a really nice brow. Okay, so that's that. Now what I have to do is put some powder under my eyes so that the concealer doesn't cake. As you can see, this has been used a lot. It's Pennies. It's literally just translucent powder. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my little tiny brush. This is also Pennies. My little brush. And I'm going to dab it on. But I'm literally just applying this to stop the concealer from caking, so that the eyeshadow goes on super smoothly. Now I'm going to move on to my brows. I just use an eyeshadow palette, W7, which I got in Cara Pharmacy. It's In the Mood, and I use this little brown here. And as you can see, I've used it for loads of different things. It's like, I love browns. So what I'm going to do is kind of just sweep and follow the line of my brows. I have shorter brows than I should, but if you just use your brush, you can figure out where your end is supposed to be and where your arch is supposed to be. That is that. Literally so easy. I mean, your brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, right? Sometimes my brows aren't even cousins, to be honest. But that's okay, because that's life. So I'm going to quickly just cover over them. This is also a W7 Queen, the Queen of Brows. Also something I got in Cara Pharmacy. And I'm literally just going to, it's brow gel. And I'm just going to go over them just to kind of, it helps for the makeup to stay on them. And that's my brows done. Right, so now I'm moving on to my eyes. This is a huge part, in my opinion, a huge part of the makeup. Okay, so I'm using W7 in the nude, also something I got in Cara Pharmacy. Their W7's eyeshadows are awesome. I would definitely recommend. And they're also super affordable. So I'm literally just, with a blending brush, I'm sweeping over with the light powder just to give a smooth effect for the eyeshadow. So then with the same brush, because I only used a light color, I'm going to be using this shade. Ooh. I'm going to be using this shade. It's called Copper Pot, I think. Gorgeous shade. It's like a kind of an coppery brownie color, and it's absolutely fabulous. And I'm doing it quite a bit above my crease because I have hooded eyes. I'm giving the illusion that my eyes are actually bigger than they are. So I'm doing it well above my crease. I'm blending it up. It's really handy to use a blending brush for this, because if you try and use a different brush, it might not blend as well. And I'm going to use another little brush. This is from Penny's. And I'm going to go for this color, this brownie color. What's it called? It's called Tokyo. It's a really nice subtle brown. I love my browns and golds and oranges because I kind of have greeny brown eyes. So but I'm literally just putting it on in the crease, just a little bit above the crease. Like I said before, I like to give an illusion that my eyes are bigger than they are. And that kind of defines the crease a lot more. And it looks like you have bigger eyes. It looks like you have a bigger lid. So it's really nice. Okay, and with the same brush, because I used a lighter color, I'm going to go into a darker color. And because it's a small blending brush. And then just in the very outer corner, I'm going to blend a darker brown. Sorry, the brown is called Fashionista. It's the darkest color on this palette. And I'm just literally just blending it in a little bit from the outer corner. I don't want to cover too much of my lid because I have a small lid. So I'm literally just doing the littlest amount, but it still gives, like, you can see that definition now when you look at it. Before I move on to my bottom lid, I'm going to use this really pretty color. It's called Angel. And what I'm going to do actually is use my finger, this baby here, to apply this to the rest of my lid and the inner corner of my eye. And that gives a really nice sparkle and really clear definition of my lid. See, and then you can definitely, and then try and put a little bit on the inner corner of your eyes, just in here, because it opens your eyes. It makes your eyes look a lot bigger and wider than they are. And it makes you look pretty. So I'm going to go back to the bottom lid, and I'm once again going to use this dark brown, and I'm just going to put a little bit under. So that is kind of all my eyeshadow that I'm going to use. So now what I'm going to do is apply some eyeliner. I'm using Sleek Makeup eyeliner. It's called Dip It. And this you can buy in most pharmacies. The pharmacy I got it in is called Lannon's. And it is a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. But it's definitely within price range. So, okay, wish me luck, guys. So I'm going to do like a really thin line. So I'm going to raise my eye a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's literally a tiny line, because if I do any bigger, then I will cut off my lid. Okay guys, so now that I have my eyeliner done, I'm going to move on to some mascara. So this is also Sleek. There's not actually any label on it, but this is also Sleek mascara. And it's definitely within price range. So, and it is my absolute favorite mascara. Like, I love this mascara. So, that is my mascara applied. It's really, I literally just do one coat because I don't think you need another coat with that. And I'm going to be applying some lashes, some individual lashes to my top lid anyway. So now I'm going to apply some individuals. If you guys are like me and you don't really know how to apply eyelashes, I would start with the individuals, because you can take one off if it's not put on right instead of taking the whole strip off. So what I always do is I just put a little bit of glue on my palm, on the back of my hand, and then I get the individual lash, if you can see it there, and I just drag it in and kind of wait till it's a bit sticky, and when it's sticky, you just apply it to your lashes. I don't know if you can see that little bit there. So that is one done, and I always do 3 on each side. I'd absolutely recommend learning on the individuals, because also with the individuals is you can put like a whole row on, like you can do them all, or you can only do, like I do, you can only do like a few. And I would recommend just kind of pushing it into your lid a little bit, because that way it finds your lid and it sticks to it, and it just sticks better and it stays better. So I have lovely long lashes. Now I'm moving on to my foundation. So what I'm going to do is apply primer to all over my face first. And this is the same primer that I just put on my eyes. Literally just sweeping it all over the face. Is I'm going to get my concealer brush again, concealer palette, and I'm going to go for the green. I'm almost out of green. Hopefully I have enough to cover my face. I don't know. And I'm literally just going to cover those really problematic areas that I find difficult to just cover with foundation. Because I don't use like a really thick foundation. So the foundation I'm going to be using is also Penny's. It's matte because I have oily skin. Do drops, finger drops all over my face, and then blend them. This brush I got online. I already have foundation on it. This brush I got online for really cheap. So then I'm going to go for the super light concealer again. And I'm going to go and do just under my eyes here. I'm just gonna blend it out. I can put powder on, so I'm gonna go back to my little powder, my little white powder. And I'm gonna use a big powder brush. This is Penny's. And It's better to blot it on rather than sweep it on, because if you blot it on, you're less likely to shift the foundation underneath it. We're just going to get this little thing I bought in Pennies. It's their contour kit, and it's super cute. This I got online as well for like super cheap. I got a whole set of them for like, I don't know, €4 or something. And I'm literally just sweeping the shadow across, the contour powder across. So for my lips, berry kind of shade. It's On the Catwalk by Essence, which is also a brand you can get in Pennies. And this is Essence lip liner that you can get in Pennies. So I'm just going to. So that is I like to do my lip liner quite thick anyway, just so that I have all of my edges in. So that, guys, is my super affordable makeup tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found something useful from it. And I hope that, you know, if you can't afford expensive makeup in a certain time, then you can go out and get super affordable makeup. It is really decent. The standards are high, and I would definitely recommend going to these places and having a look at some of the makeup. So thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys.